Hello, my name is Vita. I am the owner of Italia Inc., a window treatment and productivity expert. And thank you so much for coming to this page. I really appreciate it. In this quick video, I want to answer 3 questions. Number 1 is, what is your benefit for registering for the Telepanel? Number 2 is, what will happen if you don't? And number 3 is, why should you listen to me? So, number 1, what's the benefit to you? After all, it's all about what's in it for me, right? So I don't know about you, but I haven't actually met a designer who doesn't find pricing in some way or form frustrating, challenging, and confusing, myself included. And pricing is a very sticky subject to begin with. And layer on top of it the fact that we're coming out of really tough economy and some of the very tough times, but also the fact that our industry is changing, it's shifting, especially in the area of pricing, and so it's increasingly important that we stay on top of those shifts or ahead of those shifts and know exactly what we need to do to make money in our business, to create value as we're doing it, and to maintain our self-worth. So all of those tools is what will be given to you at this telepanel. That's what I'm prepared to do, to give you the knowledge, information, the confidence, and the faith in yourself to charge exactly what you deserve and to do it with confidence. So number 2 is, what will happen if you don't? Of course, I understand that life is busy, life gets in the way, it is the holiday season, we are trying to buy gifts, do family obligations, but let me ask you something. Have you perhaps recently lost a job because a customer perceived you as expensive, whereas in reality you really weren't? Or perhaps you cringe and kind of brace yourself before you state your price for the fear that the customer will think that you are too expensive, whereas again in reality you may not be. And do you find that the customers are increasingly shopping you around on the internet and finding the same deals and net pricing as what you're getting, and so you're wondering how are you supposed to compete with that and how are you supposed to make money in your business now and where is your value? So I'm willing to bet that you answered yes to at least one of these questions, if not more. And I'm also here to tell you that all of these questions, along with many, many more, is exactly what I'm prepared to ask of my experts, and is exactly the information that I'm prepared to deliver to you. So what will happen if you don't register? You won't get the information, you won't get the knowledge, you won't get the clarity and the tools to know exactly how to charge for your services, how to know that you're making enough money, and do it confidently with your head up, shoulders back, and knowing that you deserve it. And so number 3 is, why should you listen to me? And if you had a chance to hop on any of the calls that I did earlier this year, I had 2 pretty major virtual events, then let me share with you some of the feedback that I received from the listeners. They tell me that I have actually a knack for asking very pointed and specific questions. And the result, the information that I get back and ultimately deliver to you is also very specific, it's pointed, it's detailed, and it's unambiguous. And so I'm very humbled and privileged, of course, to get that kind of feedback, and I have to share with you that I relish in it because that is exactly what I was hopeful to achieve in the past, and then exactly what I'm going after in this telepanel as well. What you're going to get is, in no uncertain terms, the exact knowledge and the tools that you need to have in order to stay ahead of the shift in our economy and in our industry as it relates to pricing. There are many, many questions that many, many designers have. I've heard a lot of feedback from my own clients, I've heard a lot of feedback from the listeners to the previous virtual events, and even networking and talking to colleagues. This is by far one of the most contentious, challenging, and confusing topics in our industry. And it's also ever-changing because of the shifting and the shifts in the new economy. So I hope that you will join us on December 7th for the Smart Pricing Strategies in the New Economy telepanel. And if by any chance I haven't yet answered your questions, or if I haven't delivered enough value information-wise in the sales, in this information page, the website that you're on right now, or on this video, I invite you to write to me directly at help@Business of Design Telepanel, and I will make sure to answer your questions. Again, please register today. I invite you to join us on December 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern.